You've already played Crossroads before, even if you've never heard its name. Nothing but bricks, swords, and rockets, this is where Roblox truly began. It's the most important game in Roblox history, and we're going back to explore how it all began. This video came out early for channel members. Crossroads is surprisingly simple. It's just a map. A handful of basic bricks linked together. No story, no levels, no objectives. Just spawn, grab a weapon, and fight against whoever else might be there. The map was originally created in 2006 by Roblox founders David Baszucki, Eric Castle, and John Shedletsky. The map itself is divided into 4 quadrants connected by a central crossroads. A playground, a castle, a tower, and the hidden thieves' den. But this map wasn't built to be flashy. It was built to test something much more important. Could players actually have fun together on a new platform? And that question changed everything.
We are here with David Baszucki, the founder and CEO of the popular online gaming platform Roblox.
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 Roblox. Roblox.
Roblox. Roblox. Roblox.
So we're going to explore the map to try to figure out what makes it so important. Okay, I can see people over there, but I'm not sure how to get there because the ramp is gone. I might be able to use the trampoline. Okay, I'm gonna climb this tower and we're gonna try to jump across. I'm gonna use the trowel to help me make the jump. Okay, we made it. What are these people doing? Whoa, whoa! Before Crossroads, Roblox was a very different place. In fact, it wasn't even called Roblox. It began in 1989 as Interactive Physics, a single-player physics engine made for education. But something special happened. Students didn't just run pre-made experiences, they started building wild contraptions, stacking things together, and inventing their own scenarios. That spark of creativity inspired David and Eric to create something bigger, a fully online world where anyone could build, share, and play in physics-driven worlds. And when 2006 rolled around, this took its first real shape. In December of that year, Shedletsky wrote,
"But it wasn't always this way. I joined the Roblox team just as they were rolling out the first multiplayer Roblox level, a very early version of Crossroads. This version featured a castle made by Eric and a White House and playground constructed by Builderman. I remember the first time we noticed the user, Durganex, actually playing our game. Everyone on the team got on and played with him for an hour."
And this is how Brick Battle was born. You simply spawned, selected your weapons, and chaos unfolded naturally. Early Roblox chat only allowed extremely restricted conversations between the players. Because these screenshots are over 20 years old, we can't easily read what they say, but through the chat, alliances formed in seconds and broke just as fast. Players built barricades in the middle of fights, rocket jumped off towers, hid on the castle, and created unforgettable moments no developer could ever plan for. In this arena, Roblox took its first step from a solo building game into a living ecosystem. One small map, one powerful idea, and soon thousands of games would follow in its blueprint. Okay, there's a bright glow coming from the peak over there. I have a feeling that whatever's over there is important and I need to find it. But there doesn't seem to be a way out of the castle. There's gotta be some kind of secret tunnel to get in here. Oh, that was too obvious. Crossroads' influence went far beyond its own servers. Its simple, balanced design featuring natural high ground, open sightlines, and room for both close combat and long-range rocket fights became the most copied map template in Roblox history. The most popular remake came from the Temple of Brick Battle group. Their version of Crossroads quickly became the go-to experience, gaining nearly 8 million visits despite being released 11 years after the original. Then came Doomspire Brick Battle, battle. Built by the same group, it took the Crossroads formula and evolved it into something new. Team-based tower destruction. Instead of pure free-for-all chaos across 4 quadrants, there were now 4 massive towers, one for each team. The classic weapons stayed the same, but now they served a clear purpose: destroy the enemy towers and be the last team standing. It didn't just succeed, it exploded, reaching nearly 1 billion visits. Doomspire proved that the heart of Crossroads could thrive even with added structure and objectives. From there, the template kept evolving. Other creators took the same fundamental ideas, simple geometry, natural verticality, and chaotic freedom, and built upon them in countless ways. You could even take prison life and tie that freedom back into the feeling of Crossroads. Cops vs. robbers. No other objective. Yet it still works. Its DNA also lives on in games like Arsenal and their brick battle mode, and Rivals with their Crossroads-inspired map. These games feature Crossroads directly, but it doesn't end there. Despite how many games it inspired, that's not its greatest legacy, because at its core, Crossroads is everything Roblox was meant to be. Look how many players are here in the playground, and they're all playing together. There's a flag and a king of the hill. It seems closer I get to the peak, the more important the map becomes. But how did a bunch of random kids become friends without teams? Well, that's because Crossroads is the purest expression of what Roblox was always meant to be. Nothing. There was no story, no progression, no paywalls, no hand-holding, just other people. And somehow that was more than enough. The players brought the fun themselves. One server, you'd be in an all-out war, and the next, you'd join a group playing hide and seek. Another time, you'd help someone build a massive base on the mountain, only for it to get blown up minutes later. There were no objectives, and so everything became an objective. Players just did what was fun. Every server had its own personality, and every battle was unique, and that's what made the replayability feel infinite. This is the pure spirit of Roblox. The simple, powerful belief that if you give people a blank space and a few basic tools, they will create something magical. And no game has ever captured that feeling more honestly than Crossroads. And that's why, nearly 20 years later, this simple map still pulls so many of us back through nostalgia. Okay, we're getting closer to the peak, but it looks like I have to go through the dangerous thieves den. I'm a little nervous about going in. What? Welcome to Nostalgia Cave. That was not what I was expecting, but I guess you could make a point here. Crossroads has become one of the strongest symbols of old Roblox. That golden era so many of us romanticize. Playing Crossroads feels like stepping back in time. Even David Baszucki, the founder and CEO of Roblox, went back to it in May of 2024, when he tweeted,
In unrelated news, I've been enjoying a replay of the first game I built on Roblox.
And the servers exploded. An uptick of 5,000% was tracked when he posted that, which proves that players yearn for what Roblox once was. That single tweet helped spark the Classic event, a week-long celebration of old Roblox in late May 2024. Crossroads and other Classic experiences saw massive surges, with hundreds of players flooding in at once. I joined Roblox on my account in 2016. Despite being 9 years old at the time, I can remember how Roblox used to be. I was obsessed with this game called Bird Simulator on my Xbox. The point of this game was to eat worms, drink water, and fly in circles. I'm not even joking. Yet, somehow, this game gathered nearly 50 million visits. It follows the same zero objective formula as Crossroads, something that could never fly in modern Roblox. The style Crossroads used is a memory of a time when Roblox felt like an endless playground. The top of the mountain should be the most important area of the map, and the ladder to the peak should be right here. There's an obby. Of course there's an obby, because why would it be easy to reach the peak? Well, I guess it kind of makes sense, because obbies, well, every Roblox genre started with Crossroads. Beyond its cultural impact, Crossroads also played a crucial technical role in Roblox's development. It was the platform's first real stress test for multiplayer combat. Before it, the platform was almost entirely single player. Like I said before, it was a physics sandbox you played alone. Then in 2006, this one map changed, changed everything. For the first time, players could join the same world, fight together, team up, and create chaos in real time. It was the first video game in history to feature multiplayer 3D physics rendering in real time. Tycoons, simulators, roleplay games, obbies, and every other Roblox game ever created. Every video game ever created branched out from what Roblox started. Over the years, many ambitious creators tried to challenge Roblox's model. Rec Room, one of the biggest, reached over 150 million players and was once valued at $3.5 billion. Yet, in March of 2026, they announced they would be shutting down their platform permanently, citing the difficulty of becoming sustainably profitable. Many others have faced similar fates. Polytoria's servers couldn't handle the players. Brick Hill didn't have the technology to compete, and Core used Unreal Engine, which was too complicated compared to Roblox. Time and time again, ambitious creators with better graphics, better funding, or more advanced engines have tried to replicate Roblox's magic, yet ultimately failed to sustain long-term success. Roblox succeeded where others faltered because Crossroads first proved the concept could actually work, not just for big studios, but for everyone. The average player, the average developer, high school students, stay-at-home parents, everyone suddenly had free and easy access to turn their ideas into real experiences, and that's why Crossroads was such a big deal. It was the first real test of that idea working at scale, and it was so easy, kids as young as 12 were able to learn it. Without Crossroads, video games would be very different than how they are today. Oh my gosh, we made it! There it is! A Bloxy Award. Awarded to Crossroads, the most important game ever. Okay, but how is Crossroads the most important Roblox game of all time? Well, not because it was the biggest, not because it was the most advanced, and not because it made the most money, but because it was the purest. From that one Crossroads in 2006, an entire universe branched out. Millions of games, billions of memories, and a platform that now reaches more users than all of Steam, all of PlayStation, and all of Fortnite combined. And 20 years later, we're still walking back to that same simple place. Because sometimes the most important games aren't the ones that give you everything. They're the ones that give you nothing, and give you the freedom to let you create everything. And that was Crossroads. Modern Roblox couldn't have formed without it, and without modern Roblox, I wouldn't have been able to compete for $300,000. But you can watch that story here. Thank you so much for watching.